Hello, everyone. This is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net. And one thing that I've noticed that a lot of YouTubers who deal with a lot of movie related videos do is they share their disc collection. Now, my disc collection is massive. It is so big. You know how most people have videos that it's like an hour of them just showing off all the various DVDs and Blu-rays they have? Well, I have, if I did that in one swoop, it would probably be 3 hours, maybe four. I just have so many movies. I mean, well, here, I'm going to cut over real quick so that you can kind of get a glimpse. But I mean, you see these drawers full of all these Blu-rays. That's just a fraction of what I have. It's really ridiculous. So, I'm just gonna I'm gonna make some of these videos because people are interested in seeing it. I don't know why. I think it's interesting in a world where people are apparently moving more towards streaming and digital that they still find fascination with people who buy collections. So I'm gonna still make the videos, and I figured I'd start with a section of discs that I really don't have many of, but this should give you an idea just how much of a collector I am of movies. The fact that I still have these, and the fact that I have so many of them, and the fact that I have so many of them, and yet this is still like the smallest type of disc that I have. But they're HD DVDs. Now, for those who aren't aware, HD DVDs were, they came in these red cases, and they were they were one of the early successors to DVD. This and Blu-ray fought it out for dominance. Now, I remember as a kid, I wanted HD DVD to win. In retrospect, I was a fool. Blu-ray's a lot better. It always was and it always will be. And now we've got, of course, the Ultra HD Blu-ray. But HD DVD gave it a shot. There were some studios that developed exclusively for HD and some exclusively for Blu-ray. And then you had the rarity like Warner Brothers who developed for both because they just didn't know which way it was going to go. Toshiba and Sony were in a very costly war to figure out who was going to win the format war. And Sony won that war. Now, one of the reasons I have all these is because when it did fail, I was working at Fry's Electronics at the time, and they just needed to liquidate these discs. So the HD DVD add-ons for the Xbox 360 they were selling for $40 with my employee discount. I got it for like $25, and then these movies were selling for $8, and with my discount, I could get them for like $2, sometimes less. It was pretty nice. So I pretty much figured, well, for the price of a rental, I can keep the disc. That player I still have, it still works, but I haven't really watched any of these discs in a long time because I've replaced a lot of them on Blu-ray, and I honestly don't know why I still have them. I don't. It's just something I still do. It's kind of, I guess they're now kind of like a relic of my rebellious period where it's like, yeah, HD DVD, that's going to be the thing. And also, when we got the HD DVDs, I was actually kind of glad that it didn't take off because I realized a problem really fast where consumers would keep going like, so what's HD DVD? Can I play it on my DVD player? So the title was an issue, kind of like how the Wii U, the title was an issue. So let's look at the movies that I have on HD DVD. I'll just kind of, if there's a history behind the purchase, I'll share it with you, give you my quick thoughts on the movie, and whether or not I replaced it on Blu-ray. First one we have, Arctic Tail. I did not like this one very much. Who made this? Paramount made this. Yeah, this was a poorly edited documentary about polar bears and walruses, narrated by Queen Latifah. It was a box office bomb, didn't do very well. I think it was trying to be environmentally friendly or something, but it just, I don't know. From the people who brought you March of the Penguins, which was a much better movie, I want to add. I did not replace this one on Blu-ray. Fun fact, this might be the only G-rated film I have on HD DVD. I don't know what that means, but there you have it. Okay. We have Backdraft. I did not replace this on Blu-ray. Probably should have, though. This is a pretty good movie, directed by Ron Howard. First time I'd seen it was on HD DVD, and yeah, this was an interesting one. So had Backdraft. The Bourne Ultimatum. Only Bourne movie I have. Oh, I take it back. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, only Bourne movie I have on HD DVD. Now, even though it doesn't say it on the front, which it normally does, this is actually an HD DVD combo. This was actually supposed to be what I thought would be the first advantage of HD DVD, was that you could have a DVD and the HD version on the same disc. And if you open it, you see that it was a flipper. But it didn't catch on, and now with Blu-rays, they just put a DVD in the package, or some of them still do. Some of them have actually discontinued putting the DVDs in the packages because they give you the digital copy. But this was one way that HD DVD was fighting against Blu-ray. Disadvantage was when they put the DVD version on it as well, the price was $10 more than the Blu-ray. So the Blu-ray ended up looking more attractive. What's nice about these is that you can still watch the DVD side if your HD DVD player should die. But I did replace this on Blu-ray. I have the whole series on Blu-ray now, except for Jason Bourne, which I am not sure I'm going to get. We have another combo format, Breach. I actually don't think I've seen this movie. Maybe I should watch it. But that's a combo one. Not a combo one, Carlito's Way. Yeah, Carlito's Way. Not as good as Scarface. This was kind of, I think some people consider this like a spiritual sequel to Scarface. And I think that's a good way of looking at it. It's a spiritual sequel. It hits a lot of the notes Scarface hit, but it's not a sequel to Scarface. And of course, Scarface is better, so. Children of Men. Now, this is a good one. Alfonso Cuarón, director of Gravity and A Little Princess and Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Nominated for several Academy Awards. This is a combo set, too. You know what? I might actually rewatch this. I might actually dust off the HD DVD player and rewatch Children of Men. Obviously, I haven't been replacing too many of these on Blu-ray. This I did replace on Blu-ray, though. Cinderella Man, another Ron Howard movie. I don't know why. Ron Howard was all about HD DVD. Russell Crowe, one of his best performances, in my opinion. And an Oscar-nominated performance by Paul Giamatti. I think his only one. Kind of a shame, really, when you think about it. I have no idea why this is on HD DVD. I think I'll keep it because when I see him again, I want him to sign it just for kicks and giggles. But it's Clerks 2. So, yeah. Next time I see Kevin Smith, and I will see him again, I'm going to have him sign my copy of Clerks 2 on HD DVD. And I'm going to see if I can't film it happening, just to see what his reaction is. Have not replaced that on Blu-ray, by the way. This is by far the cheapest one that I got. This cost 58 cents. Have not watched it. It's not a combo. Obviously, I can still watch if I want. I don't know. This didn't even look interesting. It was, like I said, 58 cents. I guess I lied. This movie is also rated G. And this is an interesting one to own because it has Leslie Nielsen in it. And Leslie Nielsen made a lot of spoof movies near the end of his career. And this is a science fiction movie. It's actually kind of fun. And it's funny. It's not supposed to be funny, but it is. Maybe that's where he got the idea to retool his career later on in the career. I don't know. But yeah, this is interesting that this is actually almost very, very fitting that an outdated science fiction film first premiered in high definition on an outdated high definition disc format that was never going to take off. I love it. I love it. Peter Jackson's The Frighteners. This was the last major movie that Michael J. Fox headlined. And, Peter Jackson directed this, and it did not do very well at the box office. I mean, it's frankly not a very good movie. Almost derailed his career, but then he made something called The Lord of the Rings a few years later. And, one of the Hollywood's most respected directors now. The Good Shepherd. This is a combo one. Robert De Niro directed this film. This is a weird one. Watched it once. I don't think I'm ever going to watch it again. Haven't replaced it. This one I have watched a few times, though. Hollywoodland. I probably should be replacing this one on Blu-ray, but I haven't. This was pretty much what revived Ben Affleck's career as an actor. Like they were talking about an Oscar nomination for him, but the movie didn't really do well at the box office, so Oscar talk more or less died. But this is very well worth seeing. A Sidney Pollack film, The Interpreter. This was the first film that Sidney Pollack had actually made in CinemaScope since I think Tootsie. And it's also, I believe, yeah, it actually has a feature on there where Sidney explains the difference between widescreen and pan and scan. We're in high definition format here, and we were still describing why the black bars at the top and the bottom of the screen mattered. That's how long it took for people to get the idea that the black bars were not a bad thing. I'm ashamed to admit this. I've never seen this. I know. Steve Martin's one of my favorite actors. I just haven't seen this. Maybe I'll watch it. So I want to donate $5 to my Patreon just to get me to watch it. I'll do a review. Now here we have one of two that I never even opened. King Kong, Peter Jackson's King Kong. This actually came with the HD DVD player. It was a free pack-in. I never opened it. I probably never will because I did replace this on Blu-ray and I opened that and watched it on Blu-ray like a year ago. So, yeah, this one I just never opened. Don't know why. I've not seen this one either. But I own it. Who directed this? Let's see here. Nick Castle directed it. Interesting. I might have to watch that sometime. Have seen this. And what you might notice about this one is that it's got some French writing on it. That's because a lot of the discs that we got a bunch of Canadian copies. And the Canadian copies had French writing on it. Now, it was interesting because with every title, we'd have like 24 Canadian copies, and one would be the American release. I did not get my hands on the American release of this one, so I got the Canadian one. But it still works on the American players. Lost in Translation. One of the best Bill Murray movies ever. You cannot be playing on your cell phone when watching this one. You can't. A Mighty Heart. It's kind of been forgotten, but it's one of Angelina Jolie's better movies. And based on the true story of the woman whose husband, who was a reporter, got kidnapped by the Taliban. And you can probably figure out where that one's going to end, unfortunately. There's not too many ways out from that. Mission Impossible, the first one was Tom Cruise. Now, what's funny about this series, and I have the whole series on Blu-ray in like a little fancy box thing, but the first one was directed by Brian De Palma. And unlike the last four, and most likely upcoming fifth one, the first Mission Impossible was more of a thinking man's movie. It wasn't much of an action movie. It had a spectacular action sequence involving a helicopter at the end, as well as an infiltration scene that was very intense. But for the most part, it was very artsy and different. I would never have expected the following movies to have come from that. So it's kind of interesting to revisit that one. Mr. Bean's Holiday. Third G-rated film. I don't know why I'm counting the G-rated films. For some reason, I only had one, but apparently now I have three. What's funny about this is that Bean the movie, the first Bean movie, was rated PG-13. This one's rated G. They have almost nothing to do with one another. I personally think this one's a little funnier because it's less Americanized, but, your mileage might vary. The Pianist. I love this movie. I love this movie. Own it on Blu-ray, of course. If they release it on Ultra HD, I will replace it on Ultra HD. Pride and Prejudice. Love this one too. I have a friend named Jessica who would totally disagree with me on that, but you know what? I don't care, Jessica. I like this movie. I still think Keira Knightley did a fantastic job. Yes, the guy who played Mr. Darcy is not as good as Colin Firth, but you know what? Whatever. It's a movie version. That was a TV version, you know. But yeah, this was a good one. And Joe Wright. Yeah, I actually remember, like I said, I'm going to keep an eye on Joe Wright. He might be someone to keep an eye out for, and I was right. Another Canadian release, The River. This was pretty good. I enjoyed this one. Seabiscuit. Replaced this one on Blu-ray. Have it still sealed on Blu-ray because I found it for $4 at 7-Eleven. But I also have it on HD DVD, I guess. And this stack, I know you can't see it, but it's kind of leaning. Smokey and the Bandit. I don't know if it's a classic, but it's been around for a while, and it's a movie that a lot of people have seen. That's about the best I can say about it right now. Have not seen this one. I'm told that I should, though. Although I'm told to prepare myself because apparently Sidney Poitier says the F word. Might be worth seeing just for that, because I can't imagine that at all. Spartacus, Stanley Kubrick film. I own 2 other versions of this movie. I own a Criterion DVD and a Blu-ray. So that's kind of interesting because I would prefer to watch it on Blu-ray, but the Criterion DVD definitely is where you have all the nice special features. Here's my other movie that's not opened, Stardust. Fun fact, even though this was not a very big hit and not too many people remember it, this was directed by Matthew Vaughn, who directed X-Men First Class and Kingsman: The Secret Service. I'm glad his career did not get torpedoed by that failing. This is another movie that kind of got forgotten over time. Talk to Me About a Shock Jock. I think the first African-American shock jock on the waves. And yeah, this is very good. That's highly recommended. That's a combo one too. If you ever need proof that Halle Berry can act, this is yet more proof. I know we like to pretend that Monsters Ball is the only good thing she's ever done, but this is a very emotional movie. You will cry a little when you watch this one. And of course, not too many people saw it. It's a shame, but there you have it. And I am just going to say, people say, where are the movies with diversity and about bold subject matter? Stars a black woman and a Mexican actor. And it's about her husband dying and his best friend coming to live with them to help. Very great movie. Totally diverse cast. Came out, what year did this come out? This came out in 2008. It bombed. This is why you don't see movies with diversity as much as you'd like. Because when the movies they make do come out, you don't see them. I don't even know where to find that one anymore. Last one, The War. Not a good movie. Yeah, really not a good movie, now that I think about it. But, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. It's got a good soundtrack. So anyway, that's my HD DVD collection. Funny enough, I thought I had Pan's Labyrinth and The Deer Hunter on HD DVD, but apparently I don't. So, this will be the first of several of my movie collections. And thank you for watching. Do you own any of these titles? Do you even own any HD DVDs? Do you know why you kept them? And if you know why, can you tell me? Because I'm honestly not sure why I kept mine. Aside from the fact that I don't know if I can actually sell them anymore. I guess I'd have to just throw them away, and I feel kind of guilty about doing that, so I don't know. But let me know in the comments below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.